Hello everyone, this is Naina Chabra with my IELTS tutor. This is chapter 9 of Writing Task 2. In this chapter, we will be understanding step-by-step approach for Writing Task 2. Now, we know that in Writing Task, we need to spend 40 minutes to respond to a statement or a question or a prompt which is given to us. How to utilize those 40 minutes? The utilization, the way students utilize those 40 minutes, it actually can affect your band score. And you need to know how to manage that time. If you are able to manage that time appropriately and accurately and with much more effectiveness, you can easily score your desired band in your writing task. We need to understand that when we see the response, when we see the statement or a prompt, we need to actually make a strategy. Before writing or before instantly responding to it, we should strategize it, we should plan it, and then we should write our response. Now let's understand how we need to manage those 40 minutes effectively. Now if I talk about writing task 2, we know that we are given with the 40 minutes and how we need to utilize those 40 minutes. Now let's have a look. First is 2 minutes to understand the question. This is something which is very important, and I've seen most of the students skipping it. Why? Because students, under the pressure of time, they just read the question, take the overall idea and start writing the response. This is something which we don't have to do. We need to understand the question much in detail. Why understanding is important? Sometimes some important specifications are mentioned in the question. If we skip those specifications, our bands in task response might be affected, right? So we cannot afford losing even a single band. So when we understand the question, we have to look for any specific detail which is mentioned in the question. What type of question has been asked and what specifically they are asking for, so that we can arrange or we can plan our response accordingly. And if you do not understand the question, you can actually lose your track, or you can actually somewhere write off track to the question which has been asked to you on the day of the test. Now, the next step is 5 minutes to plan. Planning is very important. What is planning? Planning simply means making a framework or making a blueprint of what you are going to write in an essay. Once you are clear with the question, you know what has been asked in the question, you will quickly form a well-organized plan of the points which you are going to add in your essay. While making the plan, don't forget to keep all the 4 criteria in your mind so that you can plan effectively. If you have a good plan, your implementation would be smooth and easy. And trust me, with good planning, with proper rough sequencing of ideas, you can easily write your response effectively and correctly. Now, for example, if I know what I need to add in my body paragraph, if I already have a plan for it, it would be very much easy, to elaborate on it, to add point by point the information which I've already mentioned in my rough work. And trust me, if students with good planning, students who follow good planning, writing an essay becomes smooth for them. And this is something which is tested and tried and tested. Of course, we will be understanding how to make rough work for different questions and for different essay type in further videos, and I'll be also making a video on how to understand the questions. We'll be taking set of questions and we'll be understanding them and what specifications we need to add in the response. We'll be talking about them in detail. And so these last 3 minutes are equally important. Revision is very important. While revising, you can actually correct the errors which you have made inadvertently while writing the essay. Because when we are writing in a flow, we actually tend to make some errors. Of course, we cannot make major changes while writing, but yes, small errors like grammatical errors or errors in punctuation, spellings, it could be actually rectified in this last 3 minutes. Now, all these steps are equally important, especially the first 7 minutes. If you are utilizing these first 7 minutes accurately and keeping in mind all the criteria, you can easily score 7+ band in your writing task, because You know, when we are writing a response without understanding and without planning, what happened? While writing, many of the ideas jump into our mind. We often write an unorganized response. These 7 minutes can actually help us to strategize, to plan, and help us to form a good sequence for our essay. So this is how you need to manage your 40 minutes, and this is something which you have to start practicing from the very first day of your writing test. You have to start practicing, utilizing your time, practicing your write every time when you are practicing your writing task. Thank you.